Hey, this is Anthony Cesari with SuccessForYourSongs.com, and in this video we're going to talk about why using a rhyming dictionary will make you a better lyricist. So the task of coming up with a rhyme is not an art. I think a lot of songwriters think it is, so they consider the use of a rhyming dictionary to be sacrilegious. But really, discovering all the possible rhymes you can use can only benefit your song. And before we get into the cool benefits of using a rhyming dictionary, I just want to cover a basic topic in rhyming which will help me make the case for why a rhyming dictionary is beneficial. So first we'll look at masculine versus feminine rhymes. Masculine rhymes are easy to understand. Basically any one-syllable word being rhymed with another one-syllable word is a masculine rhyme. So pie and tie are masculine rhymes. Love and glove are also masculine rhymes. So that's easy enough. And the feminine rhyme is a little bit more complex. Multi-syllable words that have stressed and unstressed syllables can be part of feminine rhymes. So say the word rhyming out loud to yourself. You'll hear how the syllable rhyme in rhyming is more stressed than the syllable ing. Rhyming. So again, just say that to yourself and listen for it carefully. Rhymes typically happen on that stressed syllable of the word. In the case of the word rhyming, the rhyme part is the part that we're going to want to actually rhyme with. So with that in mind, the words rhyming and timing are feminine rhymes. It's not just because they have two syllables, but because the strong stress or the rhyme stress happens at the next to last syllable and not on the last syllable. The last syllable can be a rhyme too, but it can also be an identity, which is a repetition of the same exact sound. So again, if you look at rhyming and timing, the second part of those words are identities. They're just the same three letters, ing. But the part that actually rhymes is the syllable that's second from the end, which is what makes these feminine rhymes. So again, the rhyme happens away from the last syllable, while the last syllable is an identity. So this is a feminine rhyme. The same goes for words like flighty and mighty. They're feminine rhymes because the rhyme happens on the next to last syllable. If you say those words to yourself out loud, you'll hear that the flight and the might syllables are the stressed syllables so that they hold the rhyme. Flighty, mighty. But what about a multi-syllable word that ends on a strong syllable, like the word sublime? Well, what I didn't tell you earlier about masculine rhymes is that not only do they happen for one-syllable words, but they also happen for multi-syllable words that end on a stressed syllable. So if you say the word sublime to yourself, you'll hear how the lime syllable is the stressed syllable, sublime. It gets more emphasis than the sub part. So for that reason, this is going to be a masculine rhyme when you rhyme it with another word. And the cool part is we can rhyme a masculine word with multiple syllables with another masculine word that's only one syllable long. So for example, sublime and time rhyme. So as long as the last syllable is stressed, we have a masculine rhyme, and that's why one syllable words are masculine rhymes, because they only have one syllable. So by their nature, it's the last syllable. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the rhyming dictionary. I recommend buying a physical rhyming dictionary. I know you might be thinking, you don't need that. You can just go to one of these rhyming websites. And you could do that. But I find that the real thing is better for a few reasons. One thing I used to notice about the online dictionaries was they had trouble distinguishing between masculine and feminine rhymes. So they would force rhymes that didn't fit. So if you typed in a masculine rhyme, like bling, they would give you back some feminine options that wouldn't really make sense. Words like fighting might make the cut. Now, fighting is a feminine rhyme. The stress is on the fight syllable, not on the ing. So if you tried to rhyme bling with fighting, you'd be forcing the stress to be on the last syllable where it doesn't belong. And this is going to make your lyrics sound unnatural. So if you say the word fighting to yourself with the stress on the ing, fighting, then you could see that this just doesn't make sense. So, I guess, sure, in that case, it does rhyme with bling, but now it just sounds weird, and you don't want to put moments like that in your song. But I do have to say that to their credit, on my more recent searches with the online dictionaries, they seem to be doing a better job of displaying masculine and feminine rhymes when appropriate. So if you do use an online rhyming dictionary, just be on the lookout for potential masculine, feminine rhyme problems and avoid using rhymes that don't work, like that example I just mentioned. Aside from that, it's nice to have a physical rhyming dictionary because you can flip through the pages and examine a lot of different options at one time. They break the feminine and masculine rhymes into separate sections so there's no confusion. The rhyming dictionary I use even has a section for triple rhymes, which are words that have their stressed syllable as the third syllable from the end. So it really makes it clear when to use what type of rhymes. Okay, so I still haven't given you any hard evidence on why you shouldn't shy away from a rhyming dictionary, whether it's a physical book or an online version. So let's look at a real-world example from a Nickelback song, the song Photograph. This is a couple of lines from that song. Kim's the first girl I kissed. I was so nervous that I nearly missed. And if I had to guess, I would say that there was no rhyming dictionary used for the second line here. It comes off as something that was used just because it's a rhyme you'd quickly think of for the word kissed. Miss doesn't really feel like the thing that they wanted to really say there, just in my opinion. So, as an exercise for yourself right now, I would say pause this for a second and see how many words that rhyme with kissed you can think of off the top of your head. So again, just pause that and see what you come up with. When I do this myself, I get the words missed, bliss, which is not a perfect rhyme because the ending's a little bit different, fist, and dist. And after those four, I'm pretty much out of ideas. But then if I go into my rhyming dictionary in the masculine section, it gives me a lot more options. So when I look there, I get words like assist, exist, list, dismissed, insist, enlist, twist, persist, and resist. Man, that's hard to say those too quickly. But actually, there were a lot more options in my rhyming dictionary, but I just pulled out the ones that looked like they could possibly pertain to the Nickelback line that we're looking at, something that has to do or could potentially do with being kissed. So I've already got more options than I did off the top of my head, and all of these potentially pertain to the meaning of the lyrics. So right off the bat, maybe we could have done something like, Kim's the first girl I kissed, I was so nervous but I couldn't resist. Or Kim's the first girl I kissed, I was so nervous but she'd insist. And, I'd have to change the way these lines were sung to make them work, but I think they're getting away from that forced rhyme that we see in the original lyric, that I was so nervous that I nearly missed line. So I can certainly work with what I have here. And if you like Nickelback's original line, that's fine, but, looking at these other immediate options I got from the rhyming dictionary just gives you more options and definitely lets you expand what you're able to write with your lyrics based on the words that are available to you if you're going to be rhyming from line to line. And I just did these quickly. Had I spent more time on this, I could have come up with even more possibilities that weren't just all perfect rhymes. And just like from what you saw here, we already have a far cry just from what was available off the top of my head, and you may have found that with what you came up with off the top of your head as well. So finding a rhyme is not an art. It's totally okay to use a rhyming dictionary. It can only give you more options. And I promise it won't make you any less of a creative artist. So thanks for checking out this video. If you're looking for a lot more information on writing lyrics, I've got a great resource for you in the link below this video. So check that out there. And thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.